welcome, fam. It's your girl. We're back. We're back. We are pre recorded this week. So, unfortunately, there will be no giveaways this time around. However, we are going to get into some great discussion today. Let me just say, I am doing well. I'm hoping that everyone out there is hanging in there, enjoying spring. In some places of the country or wherever you are, it may not feel like spring just yet. But here in Florida, spring has finally sprung. It's been a cold winter. Let me tell you. I'm like, I did not move to Florida for, 60 degrees and chilly. Oh no, I'm way too spoiled for that now that I've been down here a minute. But feeling good, hoping everyone is doing the same and in a good place. We're going to have some fun discussion about dice today and some important causes as well. So, we're going to introduce my very special guest. Today, I have the honor to chat with my very special guest, Indrani. I've had the privilege of playing alongside her character, Anamika, in the mini campaign 12 Occulti, currently running bi-weekly over on the Ladies of D&D channel on Twitch. Indrani is the social media manager at Shanti Bhavan, a home and school in rural Tamil Nadu, India, for the region's most disadvantaged children, as featured in Netflix's Daughters of Destiny. She is a handmade dice maker, TTRPG streamer, and co-founder of Desis Dragons, India's largest TTRPG community. She is passionate about building inclusive communities and sharing her culture with the world. It is my absolute pleasure to introduce Indrani.
Hello, it is me. What a sweet. Oh my god, I am so happy to be here, Shai. Thank you for having me. And thank you for that really, really sweet introduction.
Oh,
My god,
listen,
I'm blushing.
we speak facts on this channel, okay?
Oh,
So
I
I'm
love
so
it.
glad that you could come by today.
I'm so
How is
glad to be
everything?
here.
How is everything with you right now?
Things are good. Things were a little hectic. This weekend has been packed, to
Mm.
say the least. I was streaming for I think 11 hours in like in the span of 30 hours. For 11 of them I was live on the internet, so for good causes and good reasons. So all happy stuff. Just then I crashed, right? I
Right?
slept for 2 days straight, and
Oh
my
man.
body was like, don't do that often. And I was like, got it, noted.
Sometimes you have to listen to your body or else you're punishing yourself at that
Your
point. So
body will tell you.
totally.
If you don't
Yes,
listen, it'll make you listen. That's what it did to me.
always.
So yeah.
Always. Yeah, we are definitely talking dice today.
Mm-hmm.
And while I have you side by side with me here on
Yes.
screen, I would love for you to show off some of your lovely dice
My
that you
God,
have.
yes.
Yes, the Nonagon dice. Let me just say first, I love Nonagon dice because the numbers, in particular on the dice, are so clear to read. You've got this cute
Yes,
owl symbol as the main
indeed.
symbol on them. Oh my gosh, cute plus readable because, okay, your girl's eyes are getting older, not younger. Mhm. So,
I get that a lot. I get that a lot. All of the Nonagon dice, I there is this like, you treat handmade dice as art, and then you treat them also as, instruments to play with. So I think I try to find that balance. I'm like, you need to be able to see your dice, the numbers that you roll, but also you got to make them look pretty. So that's sort of where I try to fall. I'm glad that comes across. And the owl, his name is Geralt. He is the Nonagon mascot, and he is my wizard's familiar. So he's
ooh,
inspired by a familiar I have in my home game, which is great. But
oh,
thank you.
amazing. What have you got? I'm excited to see.
Okay, so when you said get your favorite dice, I didn't pick my own. I picked the dice that I have made by other creators.
Hey,
So,
that's fine. We listen on this channel. We
mhm,
help to promote our friends out there in the
yes.
creative space, anything TTRPG related. So if you got favorite dice, let's see them, girl. I'm gonna while you do
Okay.
that, I'm gonna bring up some of my own. Go ahead.
Okay. Awesome. So the first set that I have is by Ewan's Workshop. And Aaron is the person behind Ewan's Workshop. She's based out of California. And I'm going to show you my. I don't know if you can see, but it's got like a
Got
spell
you.
scroll in it. And it's
Ooh.
got these beautiful iridescent flakes. Can you
Oh
see that?
wow.
Yeah.
You are teasing me right now. You
Yeah.
okay. See, and
So
I
good.
love I love purple, girl. I mean, look at my
Same.
lipstick. Hello.
Can I talk about how beautiful you look today? I mean, you look beautiful every day, but today you're serving, ma'am.
Thank you.
Amazing.
Thank you, love. I mean, my hair decided that it has a shape today, which that's usually the sign of a good day
There you
for
go.
me with natural hair. So thank you, love. But yeah, I mean, that is just the most precious purple gem. Gimme, gimme. It's
I
amazing.
realized almost all the dice I've picked as my favorites are also purple. I think I have a thing for like purples in my dice.
Mhm.
The second
Welcome,
one,
welcome in. It's a
this
thing.
the second one is this these are all sets. I'm just showing you the D20s. Is
Hmm.
this one from Dungeon Depths? The creator's name is
Oh,
Olivia. And it looks simple because the camera can't quite catch it, but each die has a liquid core. So when you
whoa.
roll, you can see it swirling on the inside. It's very beautiful. All of the
Ooh.
dies have like liquid cores in them. Let me see if I can like.
Wow.
I don't know
There
if you
you
can.
go. Oh
I'll have to.
man.
Yeah, can you see the core?
Wow. Oh my gosh. What? That's
Yeah.
amazing.
So
Okay.
that's one.
Wow.
And you made me pick three. You know what? I'm gonna be a little selfish and show you some of my own designs now because I'm
Yes,
quite proud of what
please.
I've made too.
You know what? And as you do that, we're actually going to transition over to our showcase window that I have.
Okay.
And here we are. All right. And yeah, the first three sets that come up here, the People's Bard, the Blinding Radiance, and the Martyr's Grove.
Oh,
Especially that Martyr's Grove. You talk about, a set that has the elements, the items inside of it,
inside, right?
so
Inclusions.
that's,
Yes.
yes, the inclusions, just beautiful inclusions here.
Thank you so
Yeah,
much.
can you talk about your inspiration for this particular set?
For Martyr's Grove,
Mhm. Mhm.
I remember wanting to create uh, something that was dead but hopeful. I know that
Mm.
sounds morbid, but the florals inside are all dry and they have this sort of like weathered, old look to them, right? And there's this milky
Yes.
white that they're in. And um, I think there's beauty in decay, in something that's past its prime. And I kind of wanted that to be shown in the set. I think the inspiration for that idea came from this place we were in our D&D game where we were at, I think we were at this at, it was literally like the garden of a person who was long gone and it was withering and it wasn't taken care of anymore, and I thought that was beautiful, and I sort of
Wow.
wanted to recreate that in dice. A lot of my
Wow.
dice are like inspired by the games that I play. So
Got you. And this game that you speak of, this is with Desis and Dragons, and this is the Broken 12, correct?
this isn't the Broken Towel, it's another one, but I But
Oh,
we should talk
okay.
about the Broken 12 as well. I think I draw like all my
Yes.
games get like equal importance when it comes to like dice inspiration. It's
Yes.
it's
Oh, here we go. Before we move on to the next, someone, because I have multiple favorites on your website
Oh,
of
thank you.
mine that I love. However, what we're gonna do first, let you show me the one of any of the sets that you have with you that you'd like
Sure.
to showcase,
Yeah.
please.
Okay. So I think one of the sets that I really love is this one. Hold on, I just put it back in. I don't know why I did that. But this set is called Holy. And I don't know if you can see it. The colors are a
Wow.
little washed off on screen, but it's
Oh.
inspired by the festival was actually a couple of days ago, but it's inspired by the Indian Festival of Colors. It's a celebration of springtime, of love, of just color, really, right? And Indian culture is very much just like bright and colorful, and I kind of wanted to really condense that into dice.
Wow.
And this design has grown over the ages. My first pass did not look nearly as good as this one does, but that's how
You're
it be.
never your first draft of anything, right?
Yeah, my
But you
god.
perfect it over time, which is it's
Exactly.
fabulous. And this is where folks are able to throw colored powder at each other,
Yes,
right?
correct.
The
That is the
best
one.
the best color fight ever is amazing.
Exactly. Imagine how fun that must be. I
Oh.
haven't obviously gotten to celebrate in a while because the pandemic. We're all trying to be
Mm,
safe and stay home.
mm.
But yeah, I have great memories of celebrating Holi with my friends and family back home. So
Wow.
yeah, that's where that set came from. And
Wow.
this one is the second one is dear to me because it's sort of what propelled Nonagon into the larger sort of TTRPG community. It's called The Last Wish, and I don't know if you can see sort of.
Wow. Okay, that's more mysterious. Look at that.
Indeed, very different from
Wow.
Holy, but it's got this color shifting iridescent sort of like lightning striking all the way through it, and it's inspired by a video game called Destiny 2.
Oh,
Um,
okay. All right.
yeah, one of the things I love, like I take inspiration from everywhere, right? It's my own games, things I see around me, festivals, video games. It's sort of like my love letter to the things I love, if that makes sense. But this
Absolutely.
one is inspired by a raid in D2 called The Last Wish, and and in parts of the raid are in this extraterrestrial plane called the Ascendant Plane, and it's this otherworldly, ethereal looking like galaxy esque vibe, and that's what inspired this set. It's also called The Last Wish, and I need
Wow.
to pick a third. Okay, let me pick a third. Hold on.
You may pick as
God.
many as you wish,
Oh
hon. Let's
God, we'll be
go.
here all day. We'll
Let's
be here all
go.
day.
If you
Oh my
didn't get the
God.
title of the show, um
Fair enough. I should have expected this. Let's switch things up. I'm not like, oh, I only do handmade dice. Most of my dice are, mass manufactured. So I have a strong love for those kind of sets as well. I'm gonna
Mhm.
pick my favorite. It's a tie between two Chessex sets. One of them
Okay.
is the Chessex Water Lily. I don't know if you know of this one.
Ooh, no,
It's you
no.
can't really see it on screen, but it's got like pink and green and blue and oh my god, it's so pretty.
That's
So that's one,
amazing.
the Chessex
Oh,
Water Lily, and the
snap.
second one is from their first lab dice run that they did, which was these limited runs of like experimental dice sets, and
Ooh.
it's called the Nebula, the Midnight Nebula or something like that. I
Oh,
And it
wow.
glows in the dark. It looks like there's stars when it glows in the dark. It's so beautiful.
What? Oh my
Yeah.
gosh. You don't understand how many favorite things that you are just entwining together right now for me because I love
It's
celestial things. anything to do with the stars, the planets, and then glow in the dark dice. Okay, fam, chat. Just understand. We understand that it makes no logical sense to play a game in the dark.
Oh yeah,
We
we
understand that.
know.
However,
However, they are, you
y'all
know
know.
that they can glow in the dark, and that's what makes all the difference. Like I'm looking at it glowing inside like my palm, like in cupped in my palms right now, and my god, it is beautiful. I will share photos for you to like throw up if you want on the screen when these go up. But my god, I think yeah, these are my top favorites. Oh, another mass manufactured set.
Mm.
Can you guess? It's
Oh yes.
the it's the Vox Machina Kickstarter
Oh
dice set.
yes,
Also
yes.
purple. I feel like there's a big theme here. It's got these, it's purple with
Ooh.
like blue shimmer and like sparkles in it, and it's got the symbol of Vox Machina and Critical Role on it. Um, I
Yes.
actually was too broke to support the Kickstarter. Sorry, guys. But I really wanted the dice set. So I literally went online. I was like, hey, listen, is there anybody who can trade their set with me? I will give you a handmade set for free if you just give me your
Wow. Oh, that's
Kickstarter set.
this is when the skill set really comes in
It really
handy.
comes through.
Oh,
I'll be
because
like,
I'm much the same. I wish I had the funds. I too did not have the funds to support the Kickstarter, but
mhm,
boy, that would have come in handy. You know what? I should have
right?
now I realize I should have bartered. Like, if you need a website, you need a logo. Come on, hit up your girl. Let's go.
Somebody get me that trinket plushie stat.
Something.
No,
Oh my god. Oh, don't even start me on the newest merch. Oh my
the
god,
key. Oh my god,
the Kiri plushie,
so good.
and it
It's so
talks
good.
my heart.
If shipping to India wasn't such a fucking hassle, can I swear?
Oh yeah. Oh yes. Oh yes.
Oh,
We
okay.
we we speak adult on
All
the
right, good, good. If
channel.
it wasn't
You're
like such a
fine.
hassle, I
Oh
would
yes.
have just bought it. But oh god.
Holy shit. Yes.
But I think that's me. Those are, I think, my top picks from my dice
Okay.
hoard. I think I
Fantastic.
covered my own, other makers.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
We
We've
covered a
we've
good
given.
lot. That's good.
Yeah,
That's good. Well, here's what I'm going to cover.
sure.
I
Let's hear it.
I have multiple favorites on here. Like I said, there were three in particular that I narrowed it down. I said, okay, these are my absolute favorites that I must bring up on the show today. So the first one is the Blood Over Gold. Yeah,
Thank
absolutely
you.
just the most precious. This, for those who are listening on the audio podcast, this set of dice, all of the Nonagon dice have sharp edge. They have, like Indrani was saying, very clear cut numbers. And this set is a very Nile type blue. Like, I look at these dice and I think lapis lazuli, actually. If we
Yes,
want to
that's a
relate it
great
to
color.
if we
Mm.
want to relate it to the color tones that are mixed in. There are gold flakes mixed in, and there's also red streaks that you can
Mhm.
see. Here's the enlarged view here, and it's just, oh my gosh, just luxurious. Just
Thank you.
so luxurious. I
Thank you so
immediately thought,
much.
oh my gosh, if I didn't know that these were poured dice, they would have looked like they were hewn out of gemstone. It's really just so well done. So well done.
Thank you so much. Oh,
Were
that's
these
really kind, Cher.
I'm always curious to know, for those of my handmade dice makers, is does it is there that much more time frame that goes into including the flakes? I mean, is this like a one and done pour, or is there anything you can do in case the pour does not go well? Like, talk to me about your process when you're
Sure.
pouring different mixes.
Oh God. So Yeah, some dice sets are more complex than others. That's true. For Blood Over Gold, particularly, it was a two-part process because I had to. So if you see the dice itself, that the flakes are sort of very prominent. They're
Hmm.
actually brushed onto the mold, and then the resin has been poured in, so that it's not
Okay,
inside the resin. It's actually on the surface of the dice.
I see.
So it's kind of a two-part thing there. But generally, my process is usually I'll map out what I want to make or what the commission is. And then when I'm pouring, I need to know if the thing can be done in one go or if it
Okay,
can't. And if it can't, then it's like a multi part. Either you do one part of the pour and then 8 hours later you come back and you do the rest of it because that's how it takes for my resin to cure, for example.
got you.
Um, or I can get it like done in just one sitting. But
Okay.
what influences that is the inclusions usually, like if there are layers to be made or if there's something that needs to be nestled into the die or something of the
Okay.
sort, then I kind of have to make sure that it's not getting muddled up or like muddied, that it's clear enough for people to be able to see it. And so I need to make sure that it cures enough that the rest of the resin or different colors don't mess with it so that people can actually clearly see it in the dice. And when
Absolutely.
it
And in this, you can clearly see the, especially the gold flecks, mixed
mm,
with the touches of the red, almost looks like
yeah,
droplets of red blood. Well
exactly.
named and,
Thank
so
you.
apropos. And I just, like I said, it's the deep blue, Nile blue, of lapis lazuli, and with the gold flakes. I mean, it's so precious. It looks like semi-precious dice.
Thank you.
So that came out so well. And then my
Hmm.
second favorite, okay, is going to be the Leviathan. Yes.
Ah, yes.
Okay, because purple.
I guessed as much. I thought that would be the case.
How could you think I would pass up a chance, you know? And again, for our audio listeners, this set is this luxurious rich purple, and it is partially translucent purple with gold numbering, as well as gold accents. There looks like there's inclusions there as well. And even the medallion that you have with Geralt is just amazing. This just drew me right in. I said, "Ah, perfect." I love it. Love it so
Thanks.
much.
It, it's a D2. It's like a coin, actually, the Geralt thing.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah. On the other side, it just says one. So obviously, when you see Geralt, you're rolling the two because, yeah,
Got it.
that's the
Got
crit,
it.
technically, on D2. Um,
Nice.
so the way that set works is that, like you said, inclusions of flakes of all colors. I think I went kind of crazy with this one. It has like gold, silver, copper, just everything in it. It this one is also inspired by Destiny too. This one's inspired by a different character called Callus, the Emperor. His There's a raid in D2 called the Leviathan, and it's based on this lavish ship, and the primary colors of the Leviathan are purple and gold and these beautiful royal shades. So I kind of sort of took inspiration from that when making this. Yeah, it's one of my
Beautiful.
favorites to look at as well. It's very pretty, very bling, and I kind of like that. Not all my sets are
Mm-hmm.
like there's a wide variety of moods these sets have. If I don't know if that comes across, but some of them are very subdued, some of them are very like minimal, and then there's the Leviathan, which is like
Yes.
I'm
Yes.
here.
Absolute bling. Like
Yeah.
you could, and the yellow gold in particular enhances that bling. The yellow gold numbering and you know it makes it sing. It absolutely
Ah,
makes it
thank
sing, and
you.
I
Thank you
love
so
it.
much.
And then my third one that I picked that I like a lot here, it's actually let me see here. Here it is. It's Fey Earth. Now,
Oh,
Fey
oh,
Earth,
yes.
actually, if we go over to Fey Earth, now I
Mm,
happen to be a Libra in Western Zodiac.
mm.
Normally that's associated with with opals as
Okay.
the semi-precious
Yes.
stone,
Yes.
and these look like fire opals. I mean, I'm sitting here
Yes.
looking at the purple version of fire opals is what I mean, again, the quality of these dice is such that if you did not know that they were hand poured, you would immediately think, "Oh, they've been cut from semi-precious stone."
Oh, that is
And
so kind of you. Thank you.
is the truth. I mean, for our audio listeners, this is more of a deep purple set, and the numbering is silver. You have these flecks inside that the best way I can describe it, it's almost like this simmering fire that is inside of each die. It has oranges, reds, golds, all mixed together in these flecks that have been put as the inclusions
Mm-hmm.
inside these dice, and it makes it like emanate this sultry burning fire inside each of these dice, and
Oh,
I love
thank
it
you.
so much. I was like,
Thanks. You mentioned Fire Opal. This was one of the D20. I'm gonna tell you about Fey Earth in a second, but I have using a similar technique made a black one. Again, the camera is not gonna show you, but legitimately looks like a fire, like a black fire opal.
ooh.
Um, I'm gonna have to share photos with you after, but it's
Okay.
actually on my Instagram, I think. But
Ooh.
the
Oh my
the
goodness.
the material in Fey Earth and this black opal set that I've made, that's handmade. That
Wow.
that glitter inside, I cut that myself. It took me so long to do it, but my God, was it worth it?
Absolutely. Wow.
Yeah,
Oh my gosh. So to be clear, this is not some amalgam of already manufactured glitter or confetti
no,
glitter or anything like that
oh,
you actually made this, wow, by hand,
yeah,
and then
yes,
included it in the pour. My
yes.
goodness.
My
Oh
f-
my god.
my hands were wrecks after cutting these because I hand cut the whole thing, but it
Oh,
was so worth it.
oh
Just
my goddess. Let me tell you. What I will do, definitely, I'll definitely make sure that the link to the shop is in the chat. Our viewers will be able to purchase. And one question I have for you on that
yes.
is that for those of my viewers who are in the US, is that flat shipping, or is it based on destination address?
It is based on destination addresses because
Okay, good.
shipping is kind of up in the air right now. I would prefer to
Okay.
do flat, but yeah.
Okay.
Right now my shop update isn't gonna be until, like, it's gonna take a bit longer,
Okay.
but my commissions are open. So if you want to commission a set of dice, you can go to my website. We'll have the link in the description or wherever in chat. Um, and you can straight up just, there's a form there, you fill it out, it sends me an email, I will get back to you and make you a custom set of dice.
Fantastic, outstanding, outstanding. And that is on the contact me page, right?
Correct. Yeah.
There we go. Yes. So, you heard it here, folks. Definitely get on over to nonagondice.com and get those commissions in.
Yeah.
because yeah, you don't want to be last in line for getting your commission in. I tell you,
Oh, thank you.
so well worth it. And so I'm so glad to be able to, help you get the word out because oh,
Thank you. Appreciate it. I
gorgeous
really
and
do.
amazing. Okay,
Thank you so
so
much.
we are going to take a short break. And
Okay.
when we come back, we're going to chat more about TTRPG things and also some of the projects that Indrani has been involved in. Stay tuned, guys.
Awesome.
All right, fam, and we are back with Indrani of Nonagon Dice.
Hello,
And
hello.
yes. And we are currently posting all of her social links in chat. So please, by all means, go check out nonagondice.com, check out her socials because there's always something happening. And matter of
Mhm.
fact, right now we have up your Instagram page for Desis and Dragons.
Indeed.
And yeah, I love tuning into the Broken 12. Can you
Oh,
talk a little
thank
bit?
you. Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely. So, Desis and Dragons, for friends who are listening, is an Indian TTRPG community, but we also create TTRPG related content on our Twitch now. We're moving to Twitch from YouTube. But the Broken 12 is our weekly Eberron based D&D 5e actual play, and it's been going on for I think like 25 episodes, and it's just this very pulp fiction-y, um it's really just a love letter to like these great sort of fantasy tropes that we're all leaning into. My DM for the game, his name is Chirag. Chirag is like he's DM'd, like he's played TTRPGs for 15 years, so he's incredibly experienced in making stories feel alive. Um, we're Our characters are on a journey across Eberron to collect these 12 artifacts, which, when put together, will help us stop the eventual release of a cosmic entity that threatens to shatter Eberron in its entirety. So, yeah, just saving the world and getting up to some stupid shit is what
Oh
happens
yes,
on the Broken
the
12.
shenanigans on this show. Okay.
It's yeah, it's a lot.
You guys are amazing. And Chirag is such an expert in hurting the cats. Like, okay,
Oh my
guys.
god, truly. Yeah.
Ooh, and
We
he does not play. Like he will definitely put you in your paces. It's like just so you think everything is fine. Sure, we're fine, DM. And then okay, roll initiative. What? Um, hmm?
basically that's Chirac for
We
you.
were only goofing off for like 5 seconds.
What happened?
What?
Yeah. No, it's pretty insane. Yeah, Daisies and Dragons is such a passion project for us. God, the fact that we're like India's largest TTRPG community, just saying that out loud feels so surreal. I think literally earlier today our Discord community had ended up with like 700 people on there. And it's been less than a
Wow.
year since we started, and we've got like 1,000 people on Twitter, and I think 400 or 500 people on Instagram. We're not that active on Instagram, but it's just mind blowing, honestly, the kind of response it's gotten. I think there's something to be said about the fact that India, though it's like a fledgling TTRPG space, it's not as big as it is, say, in Western countries. Just the fact that we have a place that is inclusive and makes it known that people of every walks of life belong here. Just having that sort of space for people who are nerds is just such a blessing, because that's something that I didn't have growing up. I didn't know that there were other Indian nerds or people who looked like me who were into the kind of thing that I was into. And it's just us building something that we wished that we had. So yeah, there's a lot of love and effort that goes into making it happen. Yeah, and the Broken 12 is just one part of it. It's great. You should come watch us on Twitch. We are at twitch.tv/Desis N Dragons. So yeah, that's
Yes.
Desis and Dragons. I'm very
I
proud of
will
us.
make sure we will make sure to get every link in the chat for you. We're
Thank
going
you.
to have the Twitch link, the YouTube link. Listen, these are episodes that you can either tune in, when they air. For those of us who are international to you, then we're able
Mhm.
to catch up on YouTube. And
Yep.
let me just say, the community has been absolutely fantastic. Every time that I have personally tuned in, folks recognize me now and, engage in
True.
great conversation and chat. We get as silly in chat as you guys do on screen. It's
Yep.
amazing. And
Yeah.
so, the community that you guys are building is just so inclusive, just so fun. And I really love the fact that you guys have this international mentality, while at the same time doing your best to build something for your own people. And let me
Yeah.
just say that as a Westerner, a Black American, right? It Even living here in the West, especially because I grew up during the 80s, early
Mhm.
90s, right? And so there was this kind of shun against nerds and geeks, and this was the opportunity to call someone other.
Mhm.
And as a Black female, I already have had plenty of that mentality against me. To stack on top of that, being a nerd and a geek, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
So
Can only
I
imagine.
definitely can empathize with you on that. And so I applaud you for this tremendous effort that you guys have been putting into this. This is high quality, that I've seen and felt when I've been, on their live, or after you guys have edited and uploaded to YouTube, all the way around high quality show. And I love it so much. So,
Thank
and
you
I can
so
really, I
much.
wonder, did you guys know each other before you decided to put together the show?
Yes. So Shabam and I have been friends for, I think, 5, 6 years. I don't even know. It's been a while. He's my best friend. I love him so much. And then he was the one who got me into D&D. And then once we started playing together, at one point we met Chirag, and Chirag, it was like such a fast friendship. We started playing D&D together offline, and then we were like, we should do something about this. More people need to be playing this game. So that's how sort of we came together last year to make it happen. Yeah, it's it started as people who became good friends, now trying to do something that has turned into something much larger than us. And I'm really glad that you feel at home in the community. Like you come on for the streams, you come on, like I see you on Discord talking to people. It just makes me so happy, because you're right, it is very much this space that is for everyone. And it, at the same time, it is also a space for Indians and South Asian people to come find people who look like them, who people with this with similar lived experiences to them. And I think as people of color, we have certain intersections of experiences and of histories that sort of brings us together, right? And to be able to share that with people from across the globe but tied with these experiences is just such a it's wonderful. And yeah, it's
Agreed.
I'm just
Agreed.
gushing now. Yeah, I'm
Absolutely
mumbling
agree.
because yeah.
I think that there's value in recognizing that, because as we've seen, there are still folks in this day and age that are completely unaware, either through ignorance or just misinformation,
Yeah,
that just because it is present day, that prejudice and bias and intolerance is still happening, especially what the events that have unfolded worldwide across the past 2 years should be
hmm,
an indicator of, is that there is still way more room for us to grow as a species, as a people, as human beings, in our empathy and in our compassion. and
absolutely.
what better way to do so than bringing together people in this storytelling space to have fun, have camaraderie, and especially in the absence of uh, a great many chances to physically explore the world right now. I feel like this is the not just an escape, but it's an opportunity to build these experiences with people, absent of being able to be in physical contact with each other. And so it's just tremendous the work that you guys have been putting into this community.
Thank you so much.
It's really amazing. And speaking of which, what I
Hmm.
would also love to touch upon is a project that had been brought to my attention, the Shanti Bhavan project. So happy. Congratulations once again that you are
Thank
now
you.
social media manager over
I
there.
am.
Can you talk about your experience, how you came to be associated with Shanti Bhavan?
Absolutely. So I learned about Shanti Bhavan, I think last year or early last year, because of Ajit George. Ajit, as some of you may know, is the writer on Van Richten's Guide to Ravenloft. He wrote the first Indian-inspired setting written by an Indian person in a WotC D&D book. And now this information came out today. He is also the co-lead of Journeys Through the Radiant Citadel, which is it is it is historic for the first time in D&D's 40 plus year history. It is the first book that has been led by people of color and written by an entire team of people of color. How insane is that? Right? It's
Wow.
historic, it's monumental. So
Yes.
you guys may know him from the gaming space, but he is also the director of operations at Shanti Bhavan. Anyway, I
Ah,
learned about
okay.
Shanti Bhavan because of Ajit and finding him through um, tabletop role playing. He One of the things he's very passionate about is uplifting people of color within the gaming space. So him and Strix, his partner, who is also a great narrative designer and also has written for WotC, they mentor POCs in the TTRPG slash gaming space. Um, that's how I got involved with, like, that's how I got to learn about Shanti Bhavan, and I got to learn about Ajit, and I was like, these are good people, and they're doing something really important. And I started fundraising for Shanti Bhavan on my own with Nonagon. I would do raffles and like I raised some money like directly from whatever I can do with Nonagon, which is make dice. Um, and obviously, when they had an opening for a social media person, as someone who has a background in marketing and is kind of looking for work in marketing, I was like, I love everything you do, but I think you do is extremely important. And I feel like I have the skills to help out in this space and to make myself of use and contribute more to what I think is an important cause. So that's how I, started a conversation with the people who work there, and now I'm part of their marketing team. It's crazy. It's all
Amazing.
because of tabletop role playing games. That's the
Hey,
that's
can we
the
give it
most
up for
amazing part.
let's give it up for yay! Tabletop!
Exactly.
Yay!
It's wild to think about it. That's how it all started. Um,
Wow.
I'll explain what Shanti Bhavan does for people who might not be aware.
Please.
Shanti Bhavan Children's Project is a boarding school in Tamil Nadu for India's most underprivileged children. The families that these children come from earn less than $2 a day. And Shanti Bhavan takes one child from each of these families and raises them, gives them an education, gives them a home, gives them stability for the day until the day that they get a stable job. And that
Mm,
the whole goal is to lift people out of generational poverty. So they're educated with like top class education in India, and they're afforded opportunities that otherwise would never have been able to come their way. It's truly groundbreaking in the sense that it is so it it's so, what's the word here, my god, it's missing me, but it's so just at the core of what they do. It's just so.
it's quite honestly, it is very inspirational. Dr. Abraham George, right?
Yes.
To my understanding, is the founder, and apparently he was educated in my personal hometown of New York City. He was NYU
Correct.
educated,
Mm-hmm.
worked quite successfully in on Wall Street for many years,
Mm-hmm.
and then through advocacy and philanthropy, he went back to India to give back to his people, to give back to his community, and
Yeah.
I just thought that was just the most precious origin story
Yeah,
to this
he's a
whole
superhero,
endeavor.
honestly.
And the fact that Shanti Bhavan, let me see if I remember correctly, it means haven of peace. I think.
Correct. Shanti
Okay,
Bhavan means haven of peace in Hindi. Yes.
got it. And
Um.
I just his there's a philosophy that he talks about in some of the interviews that I saw with him about this multiplicative effect,
Correct.
where
Yes.
so
The idea is that for every child that Shanti Bhavan helps, that child can go on to help their own communities, right? That's the multiplicative effect, is that you help one kid, that kid helps hundreds more, right? Because they now have the resources, the knowledge, the education to empower their own communities. And it's about moving forward the Shanti Bhavan mission of uplifting people and pulling them out of spaces of generational poverty. So yeah, it's groundbreaking in just how intense it is, because you don't, like, imagine supporting a child from the age of 4 all the way to their first jobs, to the point where they can self-sustain. It's unheard of, honestly. It's I am blessed to be
absolutely.
working there, and it's great
And
to see the kind of efforts.
I think we grew up, I think we both grew up during the era of commercial efforts, at least in the West, similar to Save the Children, things like this. And the difference, the big difference I find with this program is that it's not just a handout, it is providing these children the space that a lot of times their environment does not give them, to be able to settle their minds, focus their energy towards bettering themselves, bettering their peers, bettering
Mm.
their families, and then on the wider scope, their entire community. I love that ripple effect that this
Exactly.
type of program provides. And it's like, from the interviews with some of the kids, there's one young lady that even went has gone on to write a book, a memoir, of
Correct.
her. And that in itself takes a type of entrepreneurial spirit that is, to my knowledge, please correct me if not, but to my knowledge, from what Dr. George was saying, is not necessarily ingrained in in folks who live in India. On the average, most of the population who is underprivileged is not given that encouragement. Okay, to become entrepreneurial, to be able to create this stability,
Yeah.
um, that can be multi-generational if that was the focus. But unfortunately, no. What do you find that,
Yeah.
in your own
s-
perspective?
I think so. I mean, how is a person going to have large goals or big plans if their main priority is just getting by for just one day, right? Making sure you're getting food on the table tonight. That's the most important thing. If that's what you're worried about, you don't have time to be like, I'm going to start a business, or I'm to get to that point, you already need to have a level of financial, emotional, physical security, right? And until you get to that point, you can't invest energy into looking at bigger picture things. And the person who wrote the book, her name is Shilpa Raj. The book is called The Elephant Chaser's Daughter, and it's a wonderful book that she wrote that talks about her journey from the age of 4, being enrolled into Shanti Bhavan, all the way till like graduation and her plans for the future. And it's an immensely enlightening read of what a transformative experience it can be, because it's intervention at such an early age, right? At the age of 4, these children are given a new opportunity, a new lease at life, right? The reason that people like us who have the amount of privileges we do are able to do these things is because we know that at the end of the day there's going to be food at our table before we go to bed. And and not having to worry about those things gives children who study at Shanti Bhavan the ability to look beyond, to dream for something better. And I think that's extremely powerful.
Agree. Agree. And I think, especially since it is still a Women's History Month, I
Yes.
think it's not lost on me that, that Daughters of Destiny uh, ended up becoming, this written with the stories of all of these young women that the filmmaker had, uh, had captured all of these moments uh, that were captured. And I bless me, I think her name is Vanessa Roth. I
Correct.
believe.
Vanessa Roth is an
Yes.
Academy Award winning director. She
Yeah.
directed a docu-series called Daughters of Destiny, which is available on Netflix if anybody's interested in watching it. It um, documents the journey of 5 different girls who studied at Shanti Bhavan, and from very young ages all the way till some of their graduations. Um, It's an incredibly moving piece, and it's a four-part docu series. So I highly recommend watching it if you want some insight into what Shanti Bhavan does and how it can affect lives. Yeah.
I tuned into a an interview with her where she had said she had some regrets that the footage, a lot of the footage that they caught was mostly of female students at the school. So then it became encapsulated in Daughters of Destiny. Uh, she did not mean to exclude the male students either, because this is actually, to be clear, this is a mixed gender school.
Correct. Yeah.
And I think that especially now, in this day and age, particularly because we are more acutely aware of gender issues and gender focus as well, she made mention that she regretted that some of the footage of the boys that they had gotten didn't make the final cut, but she hinted at the fact that perhaps season 2 could be an exploration of the boys side. She made it very clear that to follow the full perspective of these
Mm.
children, would to be able to view it from not only the female side but also the male side as well. And to take that further, listen, the original kids are now adults, young adults, who may be even exploring not only just their minds and their capabilities, what they love to do in life, but perhaps they are going through, recognition of their true gender as well. We don't know. There's certain things that you have to have the vocabulary to express. And so, of course, if growing up you did not have that vocabulary, or if that vocabulary was not available to your parents, let's say, and your families, certainly not as pronounced as here in the West, perhaps, then that would be further exploration, I would think. I mean, there's so many stories, I'm sure, that are well worth exploring further. I hope that Vanessa Roth continues her work, because boy, this, even just this small glimpse, into these kids' experience was just transformational for me, and I know that it will be the same for our viewers as well. Definitely.
Yeah. Shanti Bhavan is in while in Indian societies, especially communities from where some of these kids come from, aren't as aware of nuances around gender. For example, Shanti Bhavan as a school is extremely progressive, and I, while I don't have any personal recollection, I know that Ajit has in the past talked about, there being trans students and LGBT students on campus who have received support from SB, from Shanti Bhavan,
Wonderful.
for their journeys. So, yeah, absolutely. As for season two, I have no information about any of that. So,
But here's hoping,
yeah.
please. Hopefully they are hearing this podcast right now, please. Season 2. But yes, so very, very happy to shed a little exposure as much as I can here today on this wonderful cause. Again, we will have the full link in the chat for you to visit shantibhavanchildren.org. And of course, please feel free to check out the website, check out what the school is about, and find out more about how you can get involved in this very, very worthwhile cause.
Yeah.
So,
You
um, and
there's multiple ways of helping out. You can donate. You can make a one-time or a recurring donation to the school. All of the funds go to helping the school, or you can sponsor a child. You can, if you have the, I know that not everybody has the financial bandwidth to help out. That's okay. Even just talking about it on social media, sharing it with people you know, always is helpful. So, yeah.
That's right. Share those links, people. Share those links. We will also have the Twitter as well, the Twitter link available in chat. So, with that, we're going to transition back here. And unfortunately, oh, it looks like we've come to the end of our time. Sad face. Oh.
I know.
But I want to definitely thank you once again, Indrani. It has been a delight and a pleasure to have you with us today. We
Tune.
got into some good dice talk. We got into talking
Yes.
about a great cause. And listen, I look forward to all the phenomenal work that you have in store in the coming days and weeks and months and
Yes.
years. Oh my
Oh,
gosh! Like
thank you so much.
I see you exploding all over the place. So I'm so glad to get at least a little bit of time in your
No, don't
very
say
busy
that. You,
schedule.
I always have time for you, Cher. You know this. I always have time for you, and I'm gonna be seeing you every Saturday for a call tie anyway. So,
Yes, yes. With that, I'm going to transition here and to all my lovely viewers. As always, I really appreciate you all for stopping by the channel, for checking out today's interview, and of course, every time that you stop by, you're either talking in chat or not chatting, or you're donating, you're sharing the show, sharing the channel, any and all the ways that you all do your best to promote and support me on this channel. I appreciate it. Every bit of support counts so that I can continue to bring high quality content to the show and to the channel in general. So, with that, I will say goodbye for now. Oh, and there's one thing. Hold on. We're going to transfer back. Hold on. There's one thing that we will do. Okay. Here we go.
yes.
There is one
Yes.
thing that we do. It's a staple on this show.
Okay.
There's a saying we have on our outro, which goes love, okay,
Love,
peace,
peace,
and soul.
and soul.
This is how
Love,
we
peace,
roll.
and soul. This is how we roll. Did I
Yes,
get it right? Oh,
we did
I
the
love
thing.
it.
Yes,
We did the thing.
we did the thing.
I'm
Yay!
so happy to be here. Thank you for having me.
Got
Oh
it.
God,
With that,
what a
my
blessing.
friends, we will see you next time.
Bye.